you got Matt in here. I never pulled you in, Matt. Never pulled you into the Friday hang. The Friday hang is good buddy Matt, and it never sucked him in. Now he's in. What's up, man?
Oh man, yeah, it's Friday, baby.
It's
I
Friday.
got my green shirt on because we want to make some cash money this weekend. So let's do it. Let's break down some all various sports. I love the Friday hangout. I think this is one of my favorite shows to do. I think.
Just casual, laid back, talking with you guys, fielding any questions you have about maybe the coming NFL Week 9. Maybe you're worried about college football this week, and maybe you got that Premier League on your mind. Liverpool, obviously, and Tottenham going on, Chelsea and Arsenal. Some good little Premier League matches. So let me go ahead and get that comment section up. Again, we do want to hear from you guys. You can steer the direction any which way you want. Matt, since what's going on tonight? Just really basketball, and did you dabble in any hockey, or is it just basketball? Obviously, no World Series game.
Yeah. So I didn't really do a lot of dabbling last week, but then to focus on today, I guess we could just start with a little brief soccer here. And I've got some
Yes.
decent info here if you want.
Yes.
That I've been able to dig is in Ligue 1, which has been a really high goal scoring league this year. You look at Troyes versus Azur. I don't even know how you pronounce that. That's what sucks. I don't have my French accent with me today, but
Right.
if you look at best over 2.5 teams, just in terms of goals around world football,
Mm-hmm.
77% of Troy's matches have gone over 2.5. And then you look on the flip side too. They have the number one in all of the land of both teams to score.
Oh wow.
85% of their matches have had both teams to score. So that one might be something to put into your little tickler file here. That is getting to start at looks like about 4 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
That's something that I haven't watched any of them. But that just kind of just goes into a stats and numbers play, which I know that you really like.
I do like it. Not only would I maybe want to pre-match that, but that's one where if you don't pre-match it, then you do your live thing that you like, is you're expecting goals. Maybe a half hour in at plus money, maybe just hold out for that. See, maybe because you haven't watched those teams, you don't quite know them. We don't know any of these guys. Maybe on the injury, maybe instead of pre-gaming it, you've always got that gem of a system of live bet in a game where you expect goals, and it sounds like based on those stats you gave out, I'm expecting goals.
Yeah, I like to
What's
call
the
that
head to
system
head?
the
Do you know?
formula.
Yeah.
The let's just here. Let's actually. That's a good one. Let's dive into some of the trends of that match real quick, because
Let me pull up the
it
head to
definitely
heads.
caught my eye a little bit.
Yeah, this is in League One in France, as you said. Torres taking on Alger or whatever it is that fucking
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah. That's perfect. So for example, I mean, the both teams to score is at -134. The over 2.5 is at a flat. I mean, you can get this at a plus price with somebody that has the best both teams to score numbers in the entire Big Five leagues or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's at -130. You could just go there, but
Mm-hmm.
then their over 2.5 numbers are nice as well. So yeah, I need to dive in a little bit more here. Let's see what we can kind of find out there here.
You know, man, I wonder if. All right, I wonder what the juice is on an over 1.5 because they're not really like in Serie A, Udinese on the double chance. They're playing against Lecce.
Yeah,
Lecce.
yeah.
Uh,
That probably makes a little bit of sense. Let me dive. So here's the head to heads though. I mean, they're promising. 5 of the last 6 have seen both teams to score an over 2.5 cash.
5 of the last 6. Wow.
Actually, sorry, 4 of the last 5. 4 of the last 5 have seen that. Let's go through Troya's last 6 match. A 4-3 loss to PSG, a 2-2 draw to Lorient, a 1-1 to AC Ajaccio,
Mm-hmm.
Nice 3-2, 2-2 against Reims. I mean, every single one of the both teams to score has cash in everything, and they're all. I mean, you're giving us a dog price on the both teams to score. How is that not odds on? I guess is what. And then you kind of flip it
Yeah.
over on the other side is the other team has had a lot of both teams to scores as well. Both teams to score has cashed in 5 of 6
Wow.
of
Wow.
theirs. So Am I finding a gem or am I finding a gem here? I think that there's something to this one.
There's something to bet there, and I'm liking what you're kicking up. There's definitely something to bet there. It's just a matter of, did you do the over 2.5 and the both of them together? You're saying that's a good plus money?
So that's the thing is I haven't even bet this yet. I
No,
haven't
no,
bet it
not
all.
bet
It's
it, but
something
look
that I
it up.
was looking at, and I just remembered like seeing some data on these teams and like seeing seeing some numbers really. Here's like
Plus 150.
Troyes. They've conceded at least one goal in their last 16 league games. So no wonder they're both teams' score percentage is so high. It's 85%.
Jesus.
85%. They've conceded every single game in their last 16. Um, Both teams have scored have hit in their last six.
I think
Over
we,
2.5 for the flip for the other team, and their last six on the road over 2.5 as cashed. I mean, this one might even be something like taking a look at throwing something over 1 unit on. But I just again, you
yeah.
have me at the pause too because I've never watched these teams, but like the numbers like stack up brilliantly on this.
These are numbers where you would normally just unload on your pockets and get it all out and
Yeah,
try and get on the
if
bet as
they
fast
had
as you
these kind of
can.
numbers of the Premier League or
Oh
Serie A or some team that Bundesliga that we know a little bit more of, this would be like a 2-3 unit play. So like,
yeah.
why can't it be just kind of going blind though?
I mean, I bet these numbers last week on Fulham Everton it was a 3 unit play. It was the same. It
Yeah,
didn't work out, but to your point, right? This is normally a 2-3 unit play. These numbers look really great, really
yeah,
great.
these numbers are really really nice. This is gonna happen. This is definitely getting bet. I can say that.
I'm price shopping before we roll on to maybe to another game or to another league or whatever anybody else
Yeah,
out there
yeah.
wants to talk about in that comment section.
Always.
Drop something in there. You can always steer the discussion. We're just here hanging out on a Friday, talking some games, looking up some prices. Matt, I like everything. Yeah, why doesn't Barstools do
It's like
League One?
it's almost like how could you not like if you like want to like go the other way on this like that's just like something that I could never understand. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Mm-hmm.
who would ever want to go the opposite way on a game like this? Like it's almost like we need to probably get this in maybe even sooner rather than later. I'm surprised that how do the books have this lined up like as a flat? That's the only thing that's a head scratcher. Is like how is this line at 2.5 just -110 on both sides? Like how is this not a 2 3/4 line and how is the both teams to score not -170
Yeah,
instead of -130?
popping. Yeah,
So
minus
I guess that would
150.
be the only slight
Yeah.
call.
Sometimes you find hidden gems and you don't question about the line. You just got to hammer them.
Yeah,
Hammer them.
exactly. So what else? What else this weekend? What else we got going on? Anything tonight for you that you're looking at?
I know not much so in the soccer afternoon. Love what you found us, but the other Bundesliga game of Gladbach, Stuttgart, the one in Serie A there. There's a match in La Liga. Maybe you could take Bilbao, but probably passing. But I've got a couple of basketball bets. I do like Jakob Pertl tonight of the Spurs. I do like him the best. I'm still waiting to see a Mason Plumlee line. Everybody for the Hornets is hurt right now, and I think this could
Yeah.
be a good spot for Plumlee, but can't get a line out for him because you don't know who the hell's playing for the Hornets anymore.
Yeah, I've definitely had some fun in the NBA. I've had a couple. I had a nice like big cash the other week on. So I'm a big Pacers fan, so I feel like I know this roster top to bottom better than just about anybody, and I watch them. Like I love the Pacers, always have. I got a plus 920 last week on Chris Duarte to score 20 or more points. And the only reason I'm still kind of bummed about it is because they didn't give me a 25 plus on FanDuel or a
Yeah.
30 plus because that would have, I mean, I would have sprinkled a little bit on that, but I had some 15 plus at like plus 230. And then I dabbled again on the 20 plus. Like I was
Wow.
just shocked at that number. Like, but I think, he just shot the ball really well. Then he ended up going for 30. So
Wow.
he's a stud. He's
Who'd
an
have bet your
absolute stud.
sprinkles?
Yeah,
What's
that
this
was a
guy's name?
fun
Chris or
sprinkle.
Divert or what did you say?
Chris Duarte.
Chris Duarte. All right,
He
keep
was
an
a
eye on
rookie last year, so he's a second year guy. And then the starter, which is a good thing to probably Neesmith, who they traded for from the Boston Celtics, he was injured. So then Duarte was getting the start, which he should already be starting, honestly. But I think that they like this Neesmith guy for some defense. He's a game time decision, Neesmith. Uh, un- Unlikely to play Friday was 2 days ago, and so he's officially listed as questionable. But then you look at no Jimmy Butler tonight, no Oladipo, game time decision on Bam, and they're still throwing out a -4 Miami Heat. I'm not so sure about that one, man. I think that this Pacers team is kind of pesky.
Nice. Okay.
They're good. Like if you haven't been paying attention to Benedict Mathurin, like that boy is ice cold, Jason. He is ice cold. This guy has zero fear in him. If it wasn't for Banchero being such a beauty this year, like he just is on such a shitty team and he gets so many minutes, and so his stats are always going to be piled up. Like on any other year, like Benedict Mathurin would be your front runner right now for an MVP. Like this kid has got everything. He's got that dog like mentality, like a little bit of that Pat Bev, but he can score. Like he's not some bum on the offensive side like Patrick Beverly is. Like this kid hits threes, he slashes, he passes, he defends. This kid he's nasty, and so like I was bummed. Like some of these books were scared off by throwing out some Mathurin in the first game, which I was really pissed about because I wanted to slam some of his overs. And now the books have caught up. Like they know where to price him at, but I still think he's a walking bucket to where like he should be getting over 15 points a game every single time he plays.
Okay. All right. Wow. Thank you for getting my attention on him. I like that. I have seen now there is a line there for Plumlee, so I think we get some clarification on who might be playing. They've got his number at 8.5. So I've dropped in a parlay. I like to do that on these Fridays where we've been hanging out, all this stuff that we mentioned. So I do got that over 2.5 goals in a parlay. And now I've got Mason Plumlee added to it, over 8.5 points. He's got a nice matchup against the Grizzlies. Man, they're second to last in the field goal percentage allowed, to that center position. Over 63% field goal percentage to that center position. With the, you kind of add in who the Hornets are maybe missing out through injury, so maybe he's got to pick up some production. He's gone over this number 2 of his last games. I never had this one on my card. I talked about it on my YouTube show this morning. His last 2 games were 11 and 12, so I'm going to add that one, Matt, in this parlay. So now I've cooked up a 2-legged parlay. I got that over 2.5. I'm to be in between of adding. I've got them both in the bet slip, and I'll remove one. I've got over 2.5 at -115, and I've got both teams to score in over 2.5 at +115. And then, like I said, Mason Plumlee. So I don't know which one of those I'm gonna take out, but
yeah. Anybody else you're really paying attention to? Like one name that's really caught my eye, and I've watched him, and like I love basketball too. Like basketball is still. It's like I might even. I enjoy it like just as much as soccer, if not more. Like I love playing it still. Somebody that's really caught my eye. I watched a full game. Don't ask me why. I watched a full game of Clippers Rockets this week, and this Sengun, the center for the Rockets, somebody you've got to have at top of mind at all time. This kid is so good. He's from Turkey. He is a second-year player. He plays just like somebody like a Sabonis. So in his second matchup, the Clippers Rockets faced off twice this week. They went back-to-back games. Second game, Alperen Sengun, 26 points, 13 boards. He can pass. He's a fantastic screener. I wish there was a line for how many screens a person sets, Jason. Because I'd be slamming. He's like over 8.5 screen set in a game because this dude he's the carbon copy of a Euro Sabonis guy that like, this kid's good. This kid is really, really good.
Got 2 guys on my radar. I do know that Clippers Rockets game though. That first game, that's where I bet under 55 or 56.5.
Yeah, they got the first quarter under.
Yeah,
and that's why I started watching it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that was the one where PointsBet then raised it 2 points somehow to 58, and I went back in for another unit. Yep. I still don't understand who bets the over there, but
it's just a bad line. I think they just threw out. I think that was just a misplaced line.
Yeah, they were the only book that were doing it. So yeah, probably. Yeah. All right, so that's how. All right, so I'll keep an eye on that guy now. I wonder if there's anything else. I don't ever do college football, but I need something else to build out this parlay. I want it to cash tonight. I don't want to have to build in things over the course of the weekend. So I want to see.
Take the long route on that one. Like I like college football. I'm a
All right,
strictly like I will maybe tail someone in college football if they can persuade me enough, like type of thing. But like I'm not college football. I have to focus on some other things in life, too. You know what I mean? Like, I
right.
can't just be like, well, there's like how many freaking college football teams are there? Then college basketball's rolling
On
around the
top of
corner.
that,
Like I'm a big IU basketball guy. That's my alma mater, and like, they're a top 15 team in the country this year. It's like I'll definitely be paying attention to some of that, but like college football, like ever since I've gotten older, it's just like it doesn't have
yeah, it doesn't.
that same feeling as it did when we were kids. It just
Yeah, no,
doesn't for me.
I can't even. I think it's got to go back over easily over 12 years since the last time I watched a college football game. All right, so I won't get a college football bet out of you. Let's go to the Premier League then on Saturday. There's games that I didn't bet, but we obviously talked about them there on the EPL on Pub that I think we can still bet them, right? I don't. The Everton Leicester, are we still seeing goals in that? Nothing's kind of changed our opinion there, right?
It's a stinky card this week in the Premier League. I think that it's one of those where if you have some cojones basically, and you say, look, there's going to be some draws this weekend, and I'm going to profit on it. Like I think that it's a decent angle.
Mm-hmm.
Like Leeds at like I want to bet Leeds so badly, I do, but minus 140, it's just starting to get up a little bit too much. Um, so yeah, let me.
Wolves, Brighton.
I like Liverpool in that, but that's not for a while.
Yeah, on Sunday. No, I've already bet that one. I told you I got that at your plus 120 price that we. Yeah, I've got that one.
Hmm.
These Saturday games, you're right. This is why I didn't bet these, and this is why I didn't give out any bets. I'm looking at them now, and the only one I still like is that Leeds team total over 1.5. That like I said, I bet and I gave out. Otherwise, I still don't know about Holland, right? I mean, there's no real reason to rush him if he does have a foot injury. God forbid you want him, breaking that thing, and now he's not even staying fit over the World Cup. Obviously, he's not a part of the World Cup. You still want him staying fit, but if he's got a broken foot, well, he's not staying fit. So I don't know if they're going to play Holland. That certainly matters there. And Nottingham, Brentford, just like we talked about, just I really don't want to bet that or Wolves, Brighton. So maybe I'm not adding any Saturday Premier League to this parlay that I'm cooking up here. That's up to 2 legs. I don't know. You still are kind of down on the card. It sounds like too. Maybe in the Premier
I'm
League.
down on the card this week. I'm looking more towards the American side of some football.
Okay, well, sweet.
I think I've got a
NFL.
good
Let's
play.
jump
I
right
think
over to the NFL. Love
I've
that.
got a strong play for us. I think in the NFL.
Okay, hit me with it, Matt. I love this.
I think we've got a really strong one. So, um, was listening to one of my like fantasy guys that I like to listen to. Like I've got some, I do a lot of fantasy football. So, I've got 7 teams,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them is in like this like FFPC league. It's like me and a buddy share it, and we're trying to win $1 million or whatever, and you have to get top 2 in the league. Right now, we're sitting in second, so like we're hoping
Oh
for the
wow,
best on that. But
damn, Matt, nice.
listening to my guy he's very analytical, and he worked for PFF. He worked now he's working for another fantasy guy like under Matthew Berry, but he's like, look, the Rams, they play the most zone in the entire NFL. They play a zone defense.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that eats the most basically under against zone coverage has always been someone like Chris Godwin. And he says, do not, I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Godwin has like a wide receiver one type of performance this week against the Rams. I know that everybody's down kind of, on the Bucks and Tampa and stuff, but like I am slamming Chris Godwin over 64 and a half receiving yards, and I'm slamming his catches. Some of that stuff like has disappeared a little bit. It was up a few hours ago on FanDuel. It's disappeared. I'm seeing 65 and a half right now in Barstool. So like definitely shop around. I think it's one that needs to probably get in there sooner than later. Just I think that you'll beat a couple of yards of line movement, and it could be the difference between winning and losing. But I'd say that he has 7 catches against a good, a zone. And it's weird because I saw some like data, those graphs that they do with like wide receivers and quarterbacks and stuff.
Oh yeah.
There was one of these graphs that I was looking at on Twitter this week, and noticed Chris Godwin. He's fantastic against zone, fantastic. And so then when I heard this guy's talk about it, I was like, yeah, I'm hitting Chris Godwin props.
Okay, that's some great insight. I need trying to find. I'm frantically looking because the information you're saying sounds so damn good. I don't see anything on DraftKings. I'm not seeing anything
He's not
on.
60,
I'm trying.
65 and a half minus 112 on Barstool right now. But I would probably wait for it to repopulate again on FanDuel because I know that I think it was 64 and a half is what I locked it in at on FanDuel. I can look, but it was like, and then it's off again. But then they didn't have catches. They didn't have catches, or it was on DraftKings. I'm sorry, it was on DraftKings. They didn't have anything available in terms of props for on FanDuel. Now they've taken away some things on DraftKings, so like it's kind of just shuffling right now. It should repopulate soon.
Yeah. Okay. I'm curious what PointsBet has. I'll tell you, Matt. I don't know if you have PointsBet in Indiana, but
Sometimes they sleep, don't
they
they?
always
They
sleep because nobody uses PointsBet. Like everybody uses DraftKings, FanDuel.
no.
They always have stale lines for hours. So
Yeah,
I was.
yeah. No, I noticed that one. Oh my
You get. I
god, that
love
was
their.
a few like almost a year ago now. There was a Man City match in an FA Cup. Oh my god, it was some they were throwing out some of the stalest lines I had
I know.
freaking ever seen.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So yeah, they do have that from time to time.
Okay, well, I don't currently see it on PointsBet. All right, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. So Chris Godwin. Hey, all right, well,
Yeah.
great. So I don't even have to. I'm building this parlay. Nobody says I have to place this parlay right now. We'll obviously wait for Chris Godwin if it's such a nice. I mean, it just sounds like a perfect match. Everything you said. So I wonder where
Yeah.
my strongest play was this weekend. I really like Stephon Diggs this weekend. I did his
Yeah.
receptions at plus money. That may be my strongest NFL play this entire weekend. I do love the over and Chargers Falcons a lot. I like the over a lot there.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I haven't locked in a ton like the Godwin stuff.
yeah.
Like I'm just kind of like waiting. Like I think that all these lines are super tight now. Like
Mm.
maybe like what's the weather going to be like? Is Dolphins Bears is the over is starting to come in and like it's a clear cut smash over spot, but then there was weather concerns. Maybe some of those concerns are starting to leave a little bit because the Bears. I watched them with a Bears fan last week. They are Fields is finally coming alive. He's actually a decent quarterback,
Yeah.
and they are an over team.
In my opinion, it just gets skewed just because I hear so much Chicago talk walking around town.
Yeah,
Everybody's getting hyped. So, kind of, they are excited. And he did look good the past couple of games. Maybe that is a good over then. I think you're right. It's only at 45 and a half. What's the weather in Chicago?
yeah.
I am
Well,
not a weather
it
person.
opened at
I
like
mean, I've
under 44, like when it was like, but I can't take it yet because I'm seeing some things in the weather. It was a clear like weather thing, to watch out for basically. But it is a smash over spot if like the weather is just halfway decent.
I think it's good because I do know it's raining. Like tomorrow morning, it looks like the rain ends certainly by the evening, if not late afternoon, and then Sunday, no rain. I'm seeing mid 60s in Chicago. Wind is 11, which for this town is great. I mean, it's windy every day, so to be at 11 miles an hour, that's fine. That's Chicago wind right there. So, oh man, I like that. Over 45. Bet
Yes.
it.
One other one. It's not till Monday, but like it's one immediately moved and it moved the right way in my opinion. It opened up at 3. Ravens were -3. Now it's down to 2.5, and I
Mm,
completely agree with the movement. Like I am only looking towards New Orleans on Monday Night Football, at home. Ravens without Andrews, Bateman's out for the year now. Like their offense sucks, and Lamar Jackson is very much so a quarterback that I think that as the year goes on, he always seems to get more and more figured out. I don't like I
yeah.
think that Lamar Jackson obviously is a good quarterback, but like in terms of throwing the ball, he gets figured out, man. And the Saints defense, look at that. They put a shutout up on the Raiders last week. Raiders have a similar offense, like in terms of level to the Ravens. Like I think the Saints smack them.
Mm.
I think the Saints smack them on Monday. I really do.
And you said they're catching a couple of
They're
couple.
catching a couple. I'm just gonna probably money line it. Like I don't really care. Like I think that they win. Um, so yeah, those are the two that I was really looking at. Saints. I was looking at the over in Dolphins Bears, Chris Godwin, and then there's kind of like a principal bet. Like I need to do a little bit more research, but like there is kind of a principal bet in a sense of like, look, the Colts are in kind of a really weird place right now. Like I think that the Pats at home, like you're just kind of gonna you bet on Bill Belichick against a rookie quarterback, or like basically a quarterback that has their first ever start on the road, and Sam Ellinger into Foxborough.
Yeah.
Like I think that the -6, and that's the thing is like it opened up at 6.5. Like people were betting on the Colts, and like it doesn't make any sense. Listen to a couple breakdowns on this game from some other guys, and like I agree. It's like, and it's starting to come back the right way. Like it got down to I think 5.5. Now it's back towards 6. Like I think that the Patriots probably win that by a touchdown at home.
Yeah. That one I can't follow you along on, Matt. Boy, Bill Belichick games, I think I'm over 100 betting Bill
Yeah,
Belichick
I mean, it
football
just
games. Just
betting
me
on him,
personally.
betting
Just
on
me personally.
Mac Jones to be a little bit better than what he has been.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some of the things I'm looking for this weekend.
I do like this over that you're talking about here because the Bears, they're getting a nice uptick in points. That's why you can't really look at an NFL season, right? You look at season-long data in any sport. Even football games only 18 games, but still or 18. Their last three, they're up scoring 23 points as opposed to their season numbers at 19 for the Bears. So they're getting a 4-point uptick in their last three. And to your point, quarterbacks coming around, defense even trading their best players, on the line and Robert Quinn, so it's getting weaker. So I should just make it
And then you
easier for
look
the
at
Dolphins.
I was on the over last week in Dolphins Lions. Like that was like it was a cash at basically halftime. Like it was like the Dolphins are a clear over team. The Bears are a very clear over team. So the only way that bet loses, in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
is if the weather sucks. So that's the only thing. Like just how much wind is going to impact this game. But like again, you've got somebody like Fields that can run, and he is so fast. Oh my God, Justin Fields is so fast.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I've been taking and having luck the last I think 2 weeks. Justin Fields over his rushing number. They're putting it at like always mid to upper 40s, and it's smashing.
Yeah, it's smashing. He's like Lamar. He's very similar to Lamar. He's getting more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields is actually a decent quarterback. Like he's right now, I would book him ahead of Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson. I would have him rated above all of them, and you would have him, of course, over Trey Lance because Trey Lance isn't playing right now. But I still think that Trey Lance is better. But that we'll have to wait on that one until next year.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you're comparing him to Zach Wilson. I just think Zach Wilson's really bad. Yeah.
Oh, Zach Wilson is so bad.
He's so bad.
Oh my God. I saw there was a good video of him. So he holds onto the ball too long. When he holds onto the ball more than 3 seconds, he is the worst quarterback in the league by like, it's a long, long way. So, yeah, this could be Zach Wilson's like last start this week. Like talk about a team that like I would be interested in betting against.
Mm-hmm.
Your Buffalo Bills, like do the Bills care enough to pound the shit out of the Jets? Like, so maybe do you just look Bills first half?
I like Bills a full game. You don't want to take away their defense,
Yeah,
They continue
their
to
defense,
be the best defense in the second half. It's not even close.
I think that Zach Wilson, this could be his last start.
Yeah,
I think that they make the move back to Flacco.
He's terrible. I don't. Yeah, I think Bills definitely easily cover. I was gonna do his interception, see if there was over 1.5 out there, but I can only find 0.5, and it's heavily juiced, obviously. But I want the 1.5. Or maybe to your point, he plays so bad and he gets pulled, and I don't get it. He doesn't get the second pick.
Yeah,
he's gonna be bad. Absolutely bad. He is bad. All right, those are your favorites. So you like the Dolphins? I've got that one, Matt. I'm in love with that one. So I've got that in there. The Chris Godwin.
I'm hoping for a TM from you on Sunday. You kind of go outside, you walk out of your apartment, you go, it winds out of the northwest, 5.5 miles an hour. Like this one's going over the posted total.
Over, right? I'll be your weatherman, live on the ground.
Yeah, I need that sometimes.
I'm trying to think, Matt. What was my best? All right, you just gave out the gem there. I agree with you completely on the Saints. Titans you can't bet because you don't know which quarterback it's going to be. If it's going to be Malik Willis or Ryan Tannehill, so you can't touch that one. The Seahawks Cardinals one, that one was just played out a couple weeks ago in Seattle, obviously. Zach Ertz is
I
going to be a
lean.
popular
I
one
have a
there.
heavy lean towards Tennessee.
Well,
We've
that
watched that
defense,
game now multiple times. We've watched that game in the playoffs before. Okay,
yeah,
the Titans are one of the few teams that can cause Kansas City trouble because one, they've got a good ground game. They can turn the clock if
yeah,
they could take a lead, like that would be really nice, obviously. And like then they can continue to run the ball. And then their defense, their front four is fantastic. So they can get at Mahomes and Mahomes, pressure up the middle. They have that ability. I have a strong lean towards Tennessee plus 12. It's going to be Tannehill. I don't think that we even need to like. That's one. I think you grab it now because I think that the writing's on the wall. It's going to be Tannehill. It's not going to be Willis. And like I think that then that line will come down a little bit, just for obvious info.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like Tennessee a little bit there.
I do too. If it was definitely Tannehill,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you completely on liking Tennessee. They've
I
definitely got the
lean
formula
I
to do
lean
it.
Bucks. I lean Bucks. If you want to just go through them all real quick, I mean,
Yeah, let's do a little rapid fire. Yeah, you want to go through them?
a little rapid fire. Lean Bucks, Cardinals, Seahawks. Oh, that is so tough. Probably over.
Here, I can go through them if you want. I got them pulled up here. The first one you said Dolphins Bears. I over.
Mm-hmm.
You think the Dolphins pull it out? It only looks like a 4 point spread. Dolphins are going to pull it out over the
Dolphins
Bears.
probably pull that one out.
Pull it
Yeah.
out. I think at minus 200, it's probably a good money line. But yeah, Bills
Yeah.
Jets. I think Bills are easily going to cover the minus 11
Yep.
on that one.
Yep.
Vikings Commanders. I would just take Vikings on the money line. Probably wouldn't mess around with asking them to cover, but
Vikings and Commanders. God, I can't
no.
believe. I'm fully off of that game.
Yeah, that over is at 43.5. Vikings probably get 24, 27-ish points, somewhere around
Maybe
there.
look towards like a like a debut boost on TJ Hawkinson.
Oh yeah,
The debut TJ Hawkinson boost.
that's right. That's right. No, that's your gym there. Panthers, Bengals, definitely the Bengals. Although, man, they looked pretty bad against the Browns. Obviously, that first game out without Jamar Chase, boy, they looked terrible against the Browns.
Panthers and Bengals. Oh,
Probably
no
not.
interest.
Yeah, no, but
No interest.
Packers, Lions. I like the Lions.
I like the Lions. I
I like the
like the
Lions.
Lions, and I would be on. I would, but that's one where I would say, look, I'm just taking Lions team total. Just
Hmm.
like staying away from the spread because it's probably a get right spot for the Packers offense as well. Like the Packers are going to score, the Lions are going to score. So I'd lean light Lions, so I'd rather look towards their team total. I'd lean over.
Over is 50 then. Maybe just do the over. Over is at 50.
49.5 at 49.5 at Barstool.
Oh,
Minus
there you go,
110.
49.5. Then that next game, Chargers Falcons, that's the one that's also at 49.5. I love that one a lot more. If you're only going to bet one of those two overs,
Yeah,
why I love the Chargers
I have
Falcons
no
over.
feel for that game. I would take Tyler Algier over rushing yards in that game. I've got him on a few fantasy teams. Like he should decent workload. We have to wait though for the Patterson kind of news and see like how much impact like Cordarrelle is going to get. But yeah, I mean that Chargers defense against rushing
Yeah,
is really bad. So yeah, I think that both Patterson and Algier could have nice games.
yeah, I agree there.
Even Marcus Mariota rushing yard, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I don't have a great feel for that game.
Raiders Jaguars, man, that's only a 1.5 spread. Jaguars even money. Raiders minus, yeah, getting a point. And not backing a team that didn't even get a damn point last week. Like, do something.
Yes,
Get
losing
something.
with that
Give me
game,
something.
I would take the Raiders. I don't know why though.
The Raiders, yeah, I probably can't. And then Cold Patriots, again, I can't personally bet it. They just
Here's the
0
thing:
and
is
100
like
against
if
Bill
the
Belichick.
Raiders can at least get back their tight end
Mm-hmm.
Waller, like that makes them difficult to figure out because you can't guard Waller, Renfro, and Adams, and you have Josh Jacobs. So like if he's in, like I would be on Raiders,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yep.
not with a lot of confidence.
Seahawks, Cardinals. Man, that one's tough.
Trust Gino
Because
and
it's at
Kyler to make enough plays for the over to hit, I guess. But I'd probably pass.
I think that over probably does hit over 49.5 in Seahawks Cardinals, if I take a
I think it
guess.
does.
Rams Bucks. Seems like a lot of people are liking the Bucks. That's now -3. It sold -2.5 earlier. Now that's -3. A lot of people are getting on the Bucks. Brady's got rid of his baggage, as other people would say that aren't in the public life. People say, "Oh, dump the baggage."
Yep.
He's a single man, and maybe he'll start playing a little looser. Maybe start playing a little better. It looks like that line's definitely moving where everybody's jumping on the Buccaneers. I've got this parlay. I've got those 3 legs. I'm up to 683. 683 is the total payout. I got that. I did both teams scored over 2.5. That's one I ended up settling on. Plus 115. Mason Plumlee of the Hornets over 8.5 points tonight, -110. And then the Dolphins Bears over 45.5, -110.
I like it.
Looking at any other, I just can't do Godwin. I got him written down, but can't. I'm gonna end up buying.
Yeah. Godwin, just wait. It'll be all up in like a couple hours, probably at every book.
For the Godwin one, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You said
he's gonna have
Barstools.
over 70. I like that number all the way up until like 69.5.
Oh, there
He's
we
gonna
are.
have 70, and his catches.
As you say, while we've been hanging out, 64.5 on DraftKings.
Okay.
It's been added.
Yeah,
now I'm up
that
to
one's getting
1360. Oh, what was his reception? You said he's catching 7-ish balls.
That's the one that's like not populating yet. Like that's the one I'm waiting on. I haven't hit that piece yet. I'm waiting for to absolutely slam that one. It's going to be at like 5.5, 6.5.
Okay. All right. Nice. I've got now a 4-legged parlay at over 13-1.
Beauty.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's. And then Sunday. Let's jump over to Sunday's games before we move on and continue our Fridays. We have Chelsea Arsenal. Hey, we've talked about that one. It'd be nice to see if Arsenal's going to keep going here for those title charts, see what they can do. If they can go to Stamford Bridge and get 3 points, be liking it. I'm not expecting them to go to Stamford Bridge and 3 points, but I'm just saying if they could somehow pull that off, boy, we could see a real nice title chase after the World Cup, Matt. We could see a real nice one.
Yeah, I'm just pretty much staying away from the soccer here this week, and pretty much I'm about off of it here for the next few weeks. Really, like I'll pick my spots, but I will definitely be less volume just with the World Cup approaching. I think that all these players have, like when you see somebody like Ben Chilwell now out 3 months,
with the hand,
for England, like some of these guys are going to start to pack it in. I think a little bit. I don't have any interest.
Oh man, yeah, United. I put in that Fernandez is out. Anthony's a doubt, Martial's a doubt, Sancho's a doubt. You're right. They're all like, let me rest up. Let me get ready to go to Qatar.
Under. That's a game I want to bet. United Villa under 2.5. That is one that will be on my card.
Maybe put in this parlay right now. I'm gonna go look that up.
Other than that, though, like that's probably my strongest like feel. Like that one.
Well, your Liverpool money line was your biggest, right?
News recently. We got to see if Son doesn't look like he's going to go. I'm going to wait for the lineups to like really add in Liverpool Spurs. So that under 2.5 feels like a one to get on now.
It's -110.
Yeah. I don't know how Villa score. I really don't.
And you think United at most can only get 2? Just Unai Emery, just because we know everything about Unai Emery. Obviously, I mean we both do.
Yeah, Fernandez out, like Anthony out, like I mean that's Martial, like those are some key pieces.
Donny Van de Beek, he's terrible. All right, I'm putting into this parlay, so now I'm up to a 5-legger. Now I'm up to 27-1, Matt. All right.
Wait for the Chris God, or that's the Godwin is in there.
Yep, the Godwin's in there. It's over 2.5, and both teams will score. And that Torres soccer match this afternoon.
Yep.
Plumlee over 8.5.
I think that the Troyes needs to be hit as a single as well, though, Jason.
Huh?
So the Troyes needs to be hit as a single as well.
Okay, DraftKings, the way they do it, yeah, it'll be easy. I can drop money on the single and drop money on the parlay.
Yeah. I don't know. We're rocking with some trends in that one. We're trend diving in that one, and I mean those are some of the best trends you'll ever see. So we're going with it.
Well, that'll be a couple beers when I see you in Indiana at some point.
Yep. So.
Well, and then I think that's it for the thing. All right. Well, I guess hey, PSG's in action. Always got to maybe keep it. All right. I got to cook up a crazy anytime goal scoring parlay. Maybe get that going out there. All right, Matt.
Yeah.
Friday, man. Appreciate you hanging out, spending some time with me here. Enjoy your weekend.
Yep, you too. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Let's
yeah, give me a weather update on Sunday morning, please.
I got you, man. All right. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Good luck cashing your bets this weekend. Money making weekend, Matt. Thank you, man.
It's time.
See ya.